My child, stop right where you are. Please give me just 3 minutes of your time. Do not scroll away. Do not let distraction pull your eyes from these words, because this is the exact moment I have chosen to speak directly to your weary heart. I know how heavy the waiting has been. I know you have looked at the calendar, watched the days turn into weeks, and the weeks turn into months, wondering if I have forgotten the promises I made to you. You have sat in the silence, feeling as though your prayers were hitting a ceiling of brass, asking yourself, Lord, when is it my turn? When will this season of waiting finally come to an end? Hear me clearly today. Your season of waiting is over. This is not an accident that you are seeing this right now. I place this message in your path because I love you too much to let you give up right before the door opens. The enemy wants you to swipe past this. He wants to convince you that this is just another video, just another coincidence, and that nothing is ever going to change for you. He wants you to stay trapped in the cycle of doubt, exhaustion, and spiritual fatigue. But I am stepping into your day to break that cycle. I am stepping into your timeline with a divine interruption. You have carried a burden that was never meant for you to carry alone. I have seen the quiet moments when your strength failed you. I have counted the silent tears that fell in the dark when you thought no one was watching. You have felt invisible, overlooked, and forgotten by the world, and sometimes even by me. But I tell you the truth, I have never taken my eyes off of you, not for a single second. While you thought you were stuck in a holding pattern, I was working behind the scenes, orchestrating a breakthrough so massive that it will erase every memory of the pain you endured during the wait. If you turn away now, you risk missing the very confirmation your spirit has been begging for. Stay with me, let my presence wash over your anxious mind. The delay was not a denial. The silence was not my absence. I was preparing you, refining you, and building your capacity to hold the blessing that is about to fall upon your life. Open your heart to me right now, because the shift you have been praying for is happening in this very moment. My beloved child, I want you to understand something deeply important about the silence you have been experiencing. You have looked at the closed doors and thought they were a sign of my rejection. You have felt the sting of disappointment so many times that you are almost afraid to hope again. I see the walls you have built around your heart to protect yourself from further letdowns. But hear me now. The closed doors were not my rejection. They were my divine protection. What felt like a painful delay was, in truth, a necessary preparation for what I am about to release into your life. The enemy has been whispering lies into your mind during this waiting season. He has tried to convince you that you are forgotten, that you are not enough, and that your past mistakes have disqualified you from the future I promised. He thrives in your moments of doubt. He wants you to look at your current circumstances and conclude that this is as good as it gets, that your struggles are permanent. But those are lies from the pit of darkness. I have not brought you this far to leave you. I have not allowed you to survive the storms, the betrayals, and the sleepless nights just to let you fail now. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of your coming harvest. Think back to the times you thought you were going to break. Remember the nights when the anxiety was so heavy it felt hard to breathe, and you whispered in the dark, God, I can't take this anymore. Yet here you are. You woke up the next morning. You kept going. You survived. Do you know why? Because my hand was upon you. When you had no strength left, my grace carried you. I was holding the fragments of your heart together when the world tried to tear it apart. The fire you walked through was not meant to destroy you. It was meant to refine you, like gold, to make you ready for the magnitude of the blessing that is about to arrive. Do not let the enemy steal your joy right at the finish line. Do not let fear dictate your next steps. The waiting season was a test of your faith. And though you stumbled at times, you never completely let go of my hand. You are being positioned for a breakthrough that will not only change your life, but will be a powerful testimony to everyone who watches you. So, take a deep breath. Release the heavy burden of trying to figure everything out on your own. I am stepping into your circumstances right now, and the shift is already happening in the spiritual realm. My child, I am moving right now in the very areas of your life where you felt the most defeated. The enemy wanted you to believe that the dryness you see around you is your permanent reality. He wanted you to look at your bank account, your broken relationships, and your tired physical body and accept absolute defeat. But I am the God of the impossible, and I do not need natural circumstances to align before I perform a miracle. I am speaking a supernatural turnaround over your finances today. The heavy yoke of debt, lack, and constant worry about how you will make ends meet is being broken by my authority. I am opening unexpected doors of provision, bringing opportunities that no man can explain, and restoring the resources that the locusts have eaten. You will no longer operate from a place of deficit, but from a place of divine overflow. And the restoration I am bringing is not just financial, my beloved. I am touching the deep, emotional wounds that have scarred your soul for years, the people who walked away, the betrayals that left you feeling unworthy, the cruel words spoken over you that cursed your confidence. I am washing it all away with my perfect, unconditional love. You are not defined by who left you or who misunderstood you. You are defined by the one who stayed. I have stayed. I have always been right here, holding your hand even when you were too numb to feel it. I am healing your heart so completely that you will soon look back on this dark season and only see my grace, not the pain. Do not shrink back in fear when these blessings begin to manifest. You have been in the waiting room for so long that you have grown accustomed to the struggle. But struggle is not your identity. Victory is your identity. You are a child of the Most High King, and you are stepping into a season of unprecedented favor. I am aligning the right people, the right moments, and the exact right resources to catapult you into the destiny I wrote for you before you were even born. Open your hands right now, right where you are, and prepare to receive what is yours. The waiting is over, and the manifestation begins now. My beloved child, I need you to listen to my voice above the noise of this world. The enemy is pacing like a roaring lion, desperately trying to steal the peace I am pouring into your spirit right now. He knows that your breakthrough is imminent, and his only weapon left is distraction. He will try to make you focus on the wind and the waves, hoping you will take your eyes off me and sink back into the familiar comfort of despair. He wants you to look at your physical reality and panic. But I am commanding the violent storms in your mind to be still. Do not let fear dictate your future. Fear is a liar, and it has absolutely no authority over your life because you belong to me. I have not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, of love, and of a sound mind. You have spent so many nights questioning your own worth. You have looked in the mirror and seen only your flaws, your past mistakes, and the times you felt you fell terribly short. You have allowed the cruel voices of those who abandoned you to echo in your mind, falsely telling you that you are hard to love or that you deserve the pain you have experienced. But those voices are not mine. I formed you in your mother's womb. I knew every mistake you would ever make long before you made them, and I chose you anyway. My love for you is not based on your performance, your income, or your perfection. It is based entirely on my grace. You are completely, perfectly, and unconditionally loved just as you are. I see the deep spiritual fatigue that has settled into your bones. You have been fighting this unseen battle for so long that you feel like a soldier with a broken sword, just trying to survive another day. But I am stepping onto the battlefield for you today. The war is no longer yours to fight. I am your shield, your fortress, and your fierce defender. I am turning the tables on every single plot that was designed to bring you down. The very things that were meant to destroy you are being used right now as the stepping stones to elevate you. Stand tall, my child. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are a victor through my love. The season of shrinking back is over. The season of hiding your tears in isolation is over. I am replacing your spirit of heaviness with a garment of praise. Breathe in my peace right now and permanently let go of the shame you were never meant to carry. My child, as you stand on the very threshold of this massive breakthrough, there is something crucial I must ask of you. To step fully into the new season I have prepared, you must be willing to release the heavy baggage of the past. You cannot walk into your promised land while still holding on to the dead weight of your wilderness. I know the betrayals cut you deeply. I know the people who walked away left scars that still ache, and the unjust situations you endured planted seeds of bitterness in your soul. It is natural to want to hold on to that pain, to want justice, to want them to see how much they hurt you. But I am asking you today to surrender that resentment into my hands. Forgive them, not because they deserve it, but because your spirit deserves to be free. Do not let the poison of the past contaminate the beautiful future I am unfolding before you right now. Let it go. I am your vindicator, and I will restore everything that was unfairly taken from you. The new season that is beginning in your life requires a new mindset. You must stop looking backward at what you lost and start looking forward at what I am multiplying. What is coming is so much greater than what has been. I am opening doors for you that no human being, no economy, and no spiritual enemy can ever shut. But you must step through those doors with open, empty hands, ready to receive. If your hands are full of the ashes of yesterday, you will not be able to hold the gold I am handing you today. The waiting room you have been sitting in was not meant to be your permanent residence. It was simply the place of your preparation. And now the preparation is complete. I am wiping the slate clean. I am breathing fresh, resurrection life into your dead dreams and your exhausted spirit. The long dark night of your soul is finally over. Do you see the light breaking over the horizon? The dawn is here. The shift is not something that is going to happen someday in the distant future. It is happening right now, in this very second, as you let these words settle into your spirit. Feel the heavy chains of the past falling off your mind and your heart. I am giving you a new purpose, a new strength, and a new song to sing. Step out of the shadows, my beloved, and walk boldly into the light of my unconditional favor. My beloved child, look closely at the horizon of your life right now. I am bringing you into a season of unprecedented divine alignment. The years that the locusts have eaten, the time you thought was utterly wasted in sorrow, confusion, and painful delay, I am restoring to you in full. You have wept over the time that slipped through your fingers, grieving the opportunities you believed you missed and the connections that faded away. But in my economy, nothing is ever truly lost. I am the Lord of time, and I am accelerating your blessings to make up for every single day you spent wandering in the wilderness. You will look at your life in the coming months and stand in sheer awe, realizing that I accomplished more in a single moment of my favor than you could have achieved in an entire lifetime of your own exhausting striving. The enemy wants you to believe that you are too old, too tired, or too far behind to experience the fullness of my promises. He whispers in the quiet of the night that the best years of your life are already behind you, and that you must simply settle for whatever scraps are left. Silence those lies immediately. Your greatest chapters are not in your past. They are unfolding right now before your very eyes. I am actively orchestrating encounters on your behalf. I am placing your name in rooms you have not yet entered, and I am aligning the hearts of those who hold the keys to your next level. People will go out of their way to bless you, to favor you, and to open doors for you, and they will not even fully understand why they feel compelled to do so. It is simply because my hand of favor rests so heavily and undeniably upon you. Do not be surprised when the phone rings with the exact news you had finally given up on. Do not be shocked when the financial provision arrives suddenly from sources you never anticipated or even knew existed. I am deliberately bypassing the normal, logical routes because I want there to be absolutely no doubt in your mind or in the minds of those watching you that this is my doing. I want the world to look at your life and see the undeniable, miraculous hand of God at work. The very struggle that almost broke you is about to become the unshakable platform for your greatest testimony. When people ask how you survived, how you thrived after losing so much and being pushed so low, you will smile and point to me. Your life is about to become a living, breathing testament to my faithfulness. So lift up your head, square your shoulders. Walk into this day with the unshakable confidence of a child who knows their father owns the entire universe. Do not let another moment of worry steal the joy of what I am manifesting. Receive it now. My beloved child, as this new dawn approaches, I need you to anchor your identity entirely in me. The world has tried to label you. People have tried to define you by your past, by your financial status, by your relationship status, and by the mistakes you made when you were hurting, exhausted, and confused. Even your own inner voice has sometimes been your harshest critic, replaying your failures on a continuous loop until you felt utterly disqualified from my grace. But today, I am silencing every voice that contradicts what I have spoken over your life. I am tearing off the heavy labels of failure, unwanted, forgotten, and not enough. I am writing my own name across your heart. You are chosen. You are fiercely loved. You are a royal heir, a masterpiece carefully crafted by the creator of the universe. Do not let the physical reality you see with your natural eyes right now convince you that nothing is happening. The greatest miracles often take place in the absolute dark, hidden from human sight, right before they burst forth into the light. A seed must be buried in the cold, dark dirt before it can break through the soil and bloom. You have felt buried under the crushing weight of expectations, bills, loneliness, and despair. You thought the darkness meant you were dying, but my child, you were simply planted. You were planted in a season of intense, necessary preparation, because the harvest I am bringing out of your life is far too heavy to be supported by shallow roots. Your roots have grown deep into my grace during this painful waiting period. You have learned how to pray when your heart was breaking and you did not feel like speaking. You have learned how to trust me when you could not trace my hand. That kind of resilient faith is incredibly precious, and it moves all of heaven on your behalf. So, when the enemy tries to whisper to you today that this message is just a random coincidence and that your life will never actually change, I want you to boldly laugh at his lies. He is absolutely terrified of the person you are becoming. He is terrified of the spiritual authority you are stepping into right now. He knows that once you fully realize who you are in me, he will completely lose his grip on your mind and your future. Stand firm in your true God-given identity today. You are not a helpless victim waiting for a rescue. You are a victorious warrior stepping into your promised inheritance. The season of waiting has officially expired. Hold your head high, fix your eyes entirely on me, and prepare your spirit to receive the abundant, unstoppable overflow that is rushing toward you. Fan 8, my beloved child. I know there are days when you wake up and feel as though you have absolutely no strength left to keep walking. Your physical body is exhausted and your mind is completely drained after so many years of bracing yourself against adversity. You have tried so hard to appear strong in front of everyone, hiding your tears behind a forced smile and telling yourself that you have to handle everything on your own. But today, I am telling you this. It is time for you to let go of that heavy burden. You do not have to pretend to be strong in front of me. I see the deep exhaustion etched in your eyes, and I am reaching out my hand to take all of that weight from you. Hand your exhaustion over to me, and I will give you a peace that surpasses all human understanding. The enemy constantly wants to use your fatigue to break your faith. He plants the thought in your mind that if you stop trying so hard, everything will completely fall apart. He makes you fear tomorrow, the unpaid bills, the fracturing relationships, and a future that seems hopelessly bleak. But I want you to remember your darkest moments in the past, when you thought you had fallen into an abyss and could not possibly get back up. Who was the one who lifted you? Did I not always make a way when there seemed to be absolutely no way out? It is the exact same this time, and it will be even more glorious. My divine intervention does not depend on your physical strength. It depends entirely on my absolute grace and power. You only need to stand still, quiet your soul, and let me fight this battle for you. The restoration I am bringing to you in this new season is not just a simple replacement. It is a profound multiplication. The doors of opportunity that you thought had closed forever are being recreated and thrown wide open by me, in forms that are far more perfect than before. The people who walked away because they could not understand your true worth, I allowed them to leave to make room for new people. People who carry a divine destiny to connect with you, cherish you, and elevate you to new heights. Do not mourn what was lost in the dry season of waiting, because what I am about to hand you will make you realize exactly why everything else had to break away. I am realigning everything in your life, down to the smallest detail. Even in this very moment, as you are listening to this message, my angels are working tirelessly to untangle the knots that have hindered you for so long. The chains of financial stagnation are being completely shattered. The blockages in your career are being cleared. The heavy, tight ache in your chest when the night falls is being soothed by my healing breath. Take a deep breath right now. Feel my divine presence wrapping around you, driving away all fear. You are completely safe in my arms. The cold winter of your waiting has ended, and the spring of your breakthrough is blooming right beneath your feet. Open your heart wide and be ready to step into it. My child, there is a beautiful and undeniable vindication coming your way. I know exactly how it felt when others misunderstood your journey. You walked through long, lonely seasons where people judged your quietness, assuming you had finally given up, or worse, assuming that I had abandoned you. They saw your struggles, your financial hardships, and your tears, and some even whispered that you were paying for past mistakes. But they did not see the countless hours you spent on your knees in the dark. They did not see the fierce, unshakable faith you held onto when everything around you was violently crumbling. Now that season of hiding and enduring in silence is completely over. What you wept over in absolute secret, I am about to reward and bless in the most public way imaginable. I am preparing a table before you in the exact presence of your enemies and doubters. Those who walked away from you in your lowest moments will soon watch from a distance as I elevate you to heights they cannot even comprehend. Do not harbor any bitterness toward them, for I intentionally allowed their departure. Their absence was necessary, so that when this massive breakthrough finally arrived, all the glory would point directly to me, and no human being could ever take the credit for your success. I am actively rewriting your story, shifting it from a painful narrative of victimhood into a glorious anthem of victory. The bitter tears of sorrow you cried yesterday are being miraculously transformed into tears of overwhelming joy today. I want you to start speaking over your own life with the new, powerful authority I have given you. When the old familiar fears try to creep back into your mind, whispering that this is simply too good to be true, you must open your mouth and declare boldly, "My season of waiting is officially over. God is moving in my life right now." You are stepping fully into a period of divine, overflowing compensation. Every single lost year, every stolen opportunity, and every ounce of peace that was unjustly taken from your heart is being returned to you with supernatural interest. I am filling your home with an atmosphere of incredible, unbreakable peace, and I am filling your hands with the exact resources needed to fulfill your ultimate destiny. Do not look back at the broken ruins of your past. Look forward, my beloved, because the horizon is burning brightly with the light of your entirely new beginning. Step forward boldly today and watch exactly how the turbulent waters part before your very feet. My child, the deep, agonizing season of isolation you have walked through is officially coming to a close. I know there were countless days when you looked around and felt entirely alone, even in a crowded room. You felt as though no one could truly understand the unique weight of the cross you were carrying. You poured your heart out for others. You supported them in their lowest moments. Yet when your own world was violently crumbling, it seemed as though the seats around your table were completely empty. The enemy used that intense loneliness to whisper that you were unlovable, that you were destined to fight every battle by yourself, and that even I had left you to fend for yourself in the wilderness. But I tell you today that isolation was never a punishment. It was a sacred, protective incubation. I had to draw you away from the noise of the crowd so that you could learn to clearly recognize my voice above all others. I had to separate you from the wrong influences, the uneven yokes, and the people who would have eventually drained the very destiny I placed inside you. Now, as the heavy season of waiting finally shatters, I am bringing you into a beautiful, unprecedented era of divine connections. I am actively orchestrating encounters with people who carry the exact same spiritual DNA as you. You will no longer have to beg for a seat at the table or shrink yourself to fit into spaces where you do not belong. I am bringing people to you who will genuinely celebrate your presence, profoundly honor your journey, and eagerly help carry your vision. These are not seasonal friends, opportunists, or fair weather companions. These are divinely appointed destiny helpers. They are being sent to protect your blind spots, pray for you when you are weak, and speak explosive life into your weary soul. They will love you completely without hidden agendas, and they will fiercely remind you of who you are in me whenever you temporarily forget. Do not let the deep scars of past betrayals keep you from opening your heart to the new people I am sending your way right now. I know the painful sting of rejection has made you hyper-vigilant and fiercely guarded, but I am asking you to entirely trust my discernment. I have equipped you with a newly sharpened spiritual intuition. You will know instantly who is sent from me and who is sent as a distraction. The painful barrenness of your social and emotional life is being permanently replaced with a vibrant, flourishing, and supportive community. The bitter tears you cried in total solitude are watering the beautiful garden of relationships that is blooming around you right now. You are seen, you are profoundly valued, and you are about to experience the absolute joy of true, unconditional fellowship. Stand ready, my beloved, because your days of walking completely alone or over forever. My beloved child, I want to speak directly to the physical toll this waiting season has taken on your body. You have carried the heavy weight of stress in your shoulders, in the tightness of your chest, and in the sleepless hours of the night. The enemy has tried to use your physical exhaustion to convince you that you are breaking down, that your health is failing, and that you will not have the strength to enjoy the promised land when you finally arrive. He wants you to focus on the aches, the fatigue, and the physical symptoms of anxiety. But today I am speaking divine, restorative healing over every cell in your body. I am breathing my supernatural life into your weary bones. The physical manifestation of your stress is being washed away by my perfect peace. You have spent so much time worrying about the future that your body has forgotten how to rest. But I am your ultimate healer. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is actively working within you right now. I am renewing your youth like the eagles. I am restoring your energy, your mental clarity, and your physical vitality. You will wake up with a new lightness in your step, feeling refreshed and ready to take on the day rather than dreading the morning. The dark clouds of depression and the heavy blanket of anxiety are being permanently lifted off of you. You are not meant to live in a constant state of survival mode. You are meant to thrive abundantly. Receive this healing right now. As you listen to these words, let go of the physical tension you have been holding on to. Drop your shoulders, take a deep breath, and physically release the anxiety back to me. You are completely safe. The storm has passed. Your body does not need to brace for impact anymore. I am completely restoring the years that the stress and the tears have stolen from your physical well-being. You will step into this new, glorious season, not limping and broken, but strong, radiant and full of my unstoppable life, my beloved child. I want you to look beyond your immediate circumstances right now and see the massive, generational impact of the breakthrough that is unfolding. You have often wondered why your personal battles have been so unusually intense. You have asked me why the financial struggles seem to constantly repeat themselves, and why the emotional heartbreak felt like an endless cycle you simply could not escape. Hear me clearly. It is because you were specifically chosen to be the cycle breaker for your entire bloodline. The enemy fought you so fiercely, throwing every possible obstacle in your path, because he knew a terrifying truth. He knew that if you finally broke through, the heavy chains that have bound your family for generations would shatter forever. I am declaring today, with absolute divine authority, that the generational curses of poverty, lack, anxiety, and brokenness permanently stop with you. You have paid the price in midnight prayers, in silent tears, and in an unwavering faith that refused to die even when everything around you was crumbling. Now I am establishing an entirely new covenant of abundance, health, and unshakable peace over your household. The painful struggles and limitations your parents and grandparents faced will absolutely not be the struggles of your children or your children's children. I am using your life, your endurance, and your story to draw a definitive line in the sand. From this day forward, your family line will be defined by my favor. The wealth of the wicked is laid up for the righteous, and I am currently releasing a supernatural transfer of resources into your hands so that you can build a lasting legacy. You will no longer be someone who merely has enough to survive the week. You will have more than enough to leave a profound inheritance. You will be the head and not the tail. You will be a lender and not a borrower. I am positioning you to be the one who blesses others, the one who builds, and the one who restores the ruined places. Do not ever underestimate the magnitude of the anointing that rests upon your life. The incredibly heavy warfare you endured was simply the clearest indicator of the massive, world-changing blessing you are about to carry. The shift happening today is not temporary. It is a permanent, unshakable establishment of my kingdom in your life. Hold your head high, my brave warrior, for you are the pioneer of a completely new, glorious era for your family. My beloved child, as we draw near to the very end of this divine appointment, there is a crucial shift in your posture that must take place right now. For so long you have been living in a state of desperate survival, hoping that I might eventually intervene. But today, I am calling you to step out of mere hope and step into absolute, unwavering expectation. Hope whispers, perhaps God will change my situation someday. But divine expectation boldly declares, God has already done it, and I am simply walking into the manifestation of His promise. I need you to wake up tomorrow morning with this new, unshakable expectation burning fiercely in your spirit. The enemy will undoubtedly try to test you. He will try to make you look at your physical circumstances, the bills on the table, the silence in your phone, the lingering ache in your body, and he will whisper that nothing has actually changed, that this message was just a fleeting, emotional moment. When that moment comes, you must not remain silent. I have given you my authority, and now you must actively use it. I want you to open your mouth and speak directly to your mountains. Speak to your finances, speak to your health, speak to your fractured relationships, and declare my absolute victory over them. I have handed you the spiritual keys to your breakthrough, but you must be the one to confidently step up to the door and turn them. Do not be intimidated by the sheer magnitude of what I am about to pour out upon you. You have been conditioned by years of lack and disappointment to expect very little, to settle for the bare minimum just to get by. But I am a God of overflow, of abundance, and of exceedingly great things. I want you to mentally and spiritually prepare your house for a massive harvest. You cannot put new wine into old wineskins, and you cannot bring a poverty mindset into a season of unprecedented wealth and favor. Start making room for the blessing right now. Clear out the clutter of doubt, the toxic habits of self-pity, and the words of defeat that you have allowed to become your normal vocabulary. Whenever a thought of failure tries to enter your mind, immediately replace it with a bold declaration of my truth. The spiritual atmosphere in the very room you are sitting in right now has already shifted. The heavy, suffocating air of anxiety has been entirely replaced by the pure, life-giving oxygen of my Holy Spirit. Breathe it in deeply. You are standing on holy ground, and the final seal of your deliverance is about to be placed upon your life. Do not let go of my hand now. The finish line is right beneath your feet. Prepare your heart, for the final outpouring is here. My beloved child, as we reach the very end of this divine encounter, I want you to take one final, deep breath. The words you have heard today are not just empty promises or fleeting encouragement. They are the living, breathing, unshakable truth of my kingdom, spoken directly over your life. The heavy chains of your past are permanently broken. The agonizing season of waiting is officially closed. You are stepping completely out of the shadows and into the glorious light of a brand new day. I am sealing this massive breakthrough over your life with my Holy Spirit right now. The enemy cannot steal, delay, or sabotage what I have officially ordained for you. Even if you wake up tomorrow morning and the familiar old fears try to creep back into your mind, I want you to remember this exact moment. Remember the profound, heavy peace that is resting upon your soul right now. That peace is your ultimate weapon. That peace is your divine confirmation that the spiritual battle has already been won. The financial doors you thought were locked forever are opening. The physical and emotional healing you have begged for is flowing through your veins. The divine connections and relationships I have prepared for you are already on their way. You are fully equipped for this new chapter, but I want you to mark this moment as a physical and spiritual testimony of your unwavering faith. Do not keep this incredible blessing to yourself. If your spirit bears witness to these words today, if you feel the shift happening within you, declare your faith boldly by typing Amen, or I receive my divine breakthrough today. Speak it into existence and share this message with someone you know who is secretly hurting in the dark, someone who desperately needs to be reminded that they are not forgotten. Be the vessel I use to bring light to another weary soul. As you step out to bless others, watch how I exponentially multiply the blessings in your own life. Go forth now into your day with your head held incredibly high. You are no longer a captive to your past, your mistakes, or your anxieties. You are my beloved child, fiercely chosen, completely forgiven, and deeply cherished. I am walking ahead of you to make every crooked path straight. I am walking beside you to hold your hand when you feel unsure, and I am walking closely behind you to protect you from every hidden danger. The dry, barren season is over forever. The abundant rain of my unmerited favor is falling upon you right now. Receive it, walk boldly in it, and watch as I do exceedingly and abundantly above all you could ever ask, think, or imagine. I love you with an everlasting, unbreakable love. Amen. My beloved child, though our time in this specific encounter is drawing to a close, my presence with you is eternal and absolutely unchanging. I know that when this message ends and the screen goes dark, the quietness of your room might try to invite the old familiar voices of doubt back in. The enemy will try to convince you that the peace you feel right now is only temporary. But I am giving you a permanent spiritual anchor today. Whenever you feel the cold winds of anxiety trying to blow you off course, I want you to physically place your hand over your heart, feel the steady rhythm of the life I placed inside you, and boldly whisper these words. God is with me. My season of painful waiting is completely over, and I am stepping into my promised breakthrough. Let that be your new daily battle cry. Let it be the very first thing you declare when you open your eyes in the morning, and the last thing you whisper before you drift into a peaceful sleep at night. You are no longer wandering aimlessly in a spiritual wilderness. You are firmly planted in the exact center of my perfect will. The mighty angels I have assigned to your life have already been dispatched. They are moving ahead of you right now to completely clear the debris of your past and pave the golden roads of your beautiful future. Every single tear you sowed in the dark is about to burst forth into a massive harvest of unimaginable joy in the light. The people who doubted you, the ones who walked away when you were struggling, will stand in absolute awe of what I am about to do in and through you. But more importantly, you will stand in awe of yourself, finally realizing the incredible, resilient strength that I forged within you during your hardest trials. You are my masterpiece, perfectly refined by the fire and ready to shine brilliantly in this world. I bless your mind with unbreakable, supernatural peace. I bless your hands to heavily prosper in everything good they touch. I bless your home to become a safe sanctuary of joy, laughter, and endless divine provision. I bless your physical body with complete divine health, forever free from the heavy, crushing burdens of stress, disease, and fatigue. I officially seal this prophetic word over your life with the blood of my eternal covenant. No weapon formed against you, against your finances, your health, or your family will ever prosper. Every tongue that rises against you in judgment, I will condemn. The long, exhausting, tear-filled night is finally over. The glorious golden morning has arrived. Step out into the warmth of my unconditional love and fully embrace the beautiful, abundant life I have prepared just for you. I am with you always, even unto the end of the age. Rest now, my precious child. The fierce battle is won, and the glorious victory is entirely yours. Amen.